What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Echo 4. I'm with the homie Ken.
Yo.
So yeah, we got some Star Wars news that came out today. Some random by you wanna break them the news, or should I?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All
You
right.
get that.
So we had some recent news come out today that surrounds the long awaited or the long rumored Obi-Wan shit the Obi-Wan live action show that's coming out on Disney Plus, and we got some details about the casting of it, and so yeah, so it's interesting when you see some of those actors. And wow, okay, that was really loud. Okay, you didn't hear that, I don't think. Did you?
Nah,
All right,
I
nah.
ain't nothing.
All
Nah,
right.
nah.
Well, you'll hear it on the video. Anyway, so yeah, so basically, I got me and Ken being big Star Wars fans and shit. I wanted to get some opinions on this shit. So yeah, let's kick it off, bro. What you think?
Man, this is an interesting cast that they got going on. I know that it's set between like 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, if I remember correctly.
Is it?
So
That
yeah,
was yeah, that was a big question I had. Like shit. Like when is this set? Because they got relatively, because everybody who's involved, well, namely Obi-Wan and
and
shit, Hayden Christensen, who's reprising
playing, yeah,
Anakin.
they old as fuck now.
Yeah, by this point they old as fuck. So it's kind of like doing another retcon almost. It kind of feels like they did at the end of Return of the Jedi, when they stuck Hayden Christensen in there as a Force ghost when he replaced the old dude who was Anakin and shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was weird with that one still, because like they're like, oh, usually when you make the Force ghosts, like at the time of your actual death as a Jedi.
Yeah, you revert back to the
but-
point that you were like at your like not peak, but like at like the moment you were at like the light side before you fall. Like I
But
remember
then,
that.
like when you think about it again, like okay, well, in this term, he went Darth Vader, but then he turned back to Anakin Skywalker at the end, right?
Yeah.
So when he died, that wasn't he when his form had been the original one. I mean that's I feel like it's like the little iffy area right now.
I'm kind of reminded that time in of what was it, Family Guy, where they did the whole Star Wars parody shit, and they did and they did Return of the Jedi, and Chris accidentally broke Vader's neck and shit, and when he came back as a Force ghost, his shit was fucked up. He's like, what the
Yeah, he's
fuck,
like-
man? Like, yo, my man was so pissed. So they announced that they're going to be starting full production in April, which kind of begs the question, like, I'm pretty sure this shit got delayed at some point.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't know if it's probably due to, I mean, we don't know what the overall reason was, but they kind of had like, I had to do some rewriting as well, because they probably had different plans. Because if you have noticed, like a lot of production of shows and movies now are going for more like secluded scenarios where there's not as many people around or involved. Due to COVID, so
Yeah,
I feel like maybe they had to kind of rewrite some of the story for this to kind of accommodate that.
possibly. And if they doing Obi-Wan, you can't get more secluded than Tatooine, my guy. Shit. Because how much time did we spend on Tatooine for Mandalorian?
More, I mean, like I feel like half of the show has been on Tatooine for real though.
Yeah.
I mean, we met most of the cast on Tatooine. The showdowns have pretty much been on Tatooine. All the big crazy stuff, like the Krayt Dragon, fighting Moff Gideon, going up against that base. Like, just so much happened on Tatooine. Like, man.
Tatooine and Navarro, these vacant ass, remote ass places where there's literally nothing there. So yeah, maybe you own to something, because that does kind of make sense. There's that. So have you seen the casting list?
Yeah, I've been going through the casting list, and although just other than the bringing back those two actors that played Owen and Beru from episode 2 and 3, everyone else, there's no idea who they're gonna be. So rather than like look at the names and looking at their faces, like
Yeah,
they're
because
gonna be a
those
good guy, they're gonna be a bad guy. You know, it's like
yeah,
no
because
telling.
those are the I'm sorry, there's just some bullshit happening outside. No, it's like someone like in the garbage area is just banging around and shit. That's why I be flipping out on this on the calls and shit, just like looking because my window's open and my mic can't pick that shit up, which is it's a damn good mic.
It's good.
That's a really good mic. So yeah, I remember Owen and Baru. I'm like, wait, well, specifically, I remember Baru. I remember her, but like Joel Edgerton, the dude who's playing Owen, I'm like, he looked like he could play Owen. I don't remember him, but I'm like, yo, that looks like an Owen.
He looked like
there.
an Owen.
He looked like an Owen right there, though. But yeah.
But who they are bringing in is Indira. She played what's the name from Game of Thrones? With the Sand Snakes, leader of the Sand Snakes.
It was not Ariane. Is it Ariane? No. I'm sorry. I'm confusing because they kind of replaced that character in Game of Thrones. No, they replaced the character in the books with her character in Game of Thrones. Well, it's not that they replaced her; they just may put her into that role and just kind of phased out. They kind of streamlined that shit. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, because I'm familiar with her work. So I get the feeling that she's gonna be playing an Imperial. Cause,
yeah, I feel like you think they're gonna bring what's the name from the games? She feel like not.
Okay, so where do we leave off at?
Oh yeah, talking about the cast, talking about who's gonna be who. That's because we have no idea right now.
Right.
And I'm thinking the one who previously played in Game of Thrones, she is definitely gonna be an Imperial.
Yeah,
whether she be force sensitive, not sure. But the other guy, there's another one, Rupert Friend. He played in the Hitman movie. He was the
he played 40. Yeah, he played 47.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. I never saw that movie, but yeah, I thought. I was like, yo, his name looks familiar. I don't know where though, but that's it.
Yeah. And how can he not play an assassin of some form in here? So
right. Either that or wait. Wasn't he in wasn't he like the Code Breaker, the original Code Breaker in Last Jedi? When they went to that casino place? Cause he looks like
he looks. I would think that he looks very familiar. We have to cross check that.
Yeah, I gotta check that shit out.
He does look very, very, very similar to him. Like, I mean, he also kind of looks like I'm terrible with actor names, by the way. The one who played in the Hobbit trilogy, not the one that he looked like Legolas, but he's not Legolas. He's like a bard. Was it bard? He's a human with he was like a human Legolas basically, but he kind of looks similar to him. But other than that, like I don't see other relations other than what you're saying from before about the Last Jedi. So I'll be interested, but that's quite a time jump though, because like I said, this they're saying this is about 10 years.
Yeah, that's right. Okay,
That's
so
Jedi, so
that wouldn't make sense. Not really. Not unless he's like a near human, then that maybe. But that's a stretch though.
Sun Kang from Fast and Furious.
Yeah, I have no idea what he's gonna be playing at. Yo, they got fucking O'Shea Jackson Jr. Ice Cube's son. Dad, I'm like, wow, okay, okay.
I feel like
I fuck with it, but
I feel like there'll be some remaining Jedi around, and bringing in Hayden Christensen, it'll have to be more than just him and Obi-Wan banging heads the whole time, because I feel like you'll only have so many additional meetings between episode 3 and episode 4. I think a couple of
my bad.
Go ahead.
I said, like, I'm pretty sure like 1 or 2 of these people are gonna be Inquisitors. I think that makes sense. Indra Varma, that kind of makes I can see her being an Inquisitor. You played Fallen Order, Joe. Second Sister, Joe. I'm like, yo, she bad though. She bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, and I'm thinking of it because it's like, yo, you got like, because they got like an ending, because all the main characters in that game, they're modeled and acted by the actual people. So British Indian woman. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she is an Imperial, let alone an Inquisitor. That would make sense.
A vicious one at that.
Yeah.
That's why I like. That's one thing. Some of them will be Inquisitors, but some of them will be remaining Jedi still around.
Yeah.
Because I don't. There's no way that I feel like overall Order 66 probably got maybe 80% Jedi, and then over the span of episode 3 and 4 is when the remaining 20% kind of either one way or another is dissipated.
Yeah, but we definitely know that she's not Second Sister, because Second Sister died what would probably be like 5 years before this shit. So Kamal Nanjiani,
unless they like do some kind of replacement.
Kamal Nanjiani, that's interesting. If he doesn't play a smuggler or some roguish ass alien, I'm be like, okay, I can't. Yeah,
he may be like the pre-Han, because the way, if you think about the way how Obi-Wan was able to easily kind of just work with Han Solo, like he kind of knew who to find to work with. I feel like he kind of knew the game, so he'd done it before, but so it means he needs more practice, which I mean he has done it before through his time at the regular Jedi service, but through more underground service now, like maybe he has this he'll probably play a smuggler type of role that Obi-Wan works with beforehand.
Yeah,
like the Solo before Solo.
Yeah, I mean, because for this entire time, it's just been assumed that Obi-Wan's been on this planet for 19 years and never left. So that, I mean, if they're doing a whole series about it, that's clearly not the case. So which begs the question. Well, you know what? At some point, I kind of, I mean, you kind of have to assume why Bail Organa even sent for him after the fact. So I mean, I guess like, I guess it'd be foolish to think like that he hadn't had some sort of contact with certain people, or he hadn't had to deal with certain shit. Because I remember reading, like, he was on Tatooine, like it was hard for him not to be a Jedi, because it's Tatooine, it's the Hutts. Like, yo, the Hutts and the Jedi, they kind of fuck with each other in the worst way possible. So I kind of get it.
They have a weird little relationship.
Yeah, so I know Obi-Wan got into some scraps on Tatooine from time to time.
But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you good.
All right. Yeah, but I think now I'm thinking more about it, the fact that they had to send pretty much Leia, someone directly to try to be a messenger to get Obi-Wan to recruit to help the cause. Like, you would think that he would be gung-ho originally to help a rebellion, to help overthrow the Empire and everything. So the reason why he is not there helping, and not even a little bit, until we could see see that shit explained. Yeah, so it's like, okay, he may have tried before, because there were a lot of trickles, like even with the Solo movie, of early forms of rebellion before the actual rebellion formed, the early seeds of it. And even with like just all the different factions, so he could be working with some of the earlier factions, and then it could go pretty south. Like, because you think we would see Saw Gerrera at some point?
It's possible. He's still alive at this point.
And his rebel faction was pretty well known until they got shut down hard. But
yeah, in the worst way possible. That's putting it mildly, my G.
And even the rebels from the Solo movie as well, they could probably tie into it. Old girl, like, I feel like they should bring that character back. Because
Maul is still alive.
True. Oh yeah, he might have more encounters with Maul too.
Maul is still alive at this point.
So yeah. Oh, and then because with his whole faction, they could show like
Crimson Dawn. Yeah. Because old girl Khaleesi already running that shit by this point, I think. Is she? No, because when does this take place?
Solo movie was.
It's 10 years before. It takes
Was
place
it
10 years.
Was it 10 years?
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was 10 years because I think Han was like 29. Yeah, it had to have been 10 years. I think it was 10 years. I mean, again, don't quote me on this, but I vaguely remember this shit. It's like 10 years, and if Obi-Wan is taking place 10 years before, so it could be around the same fucking time, which means that there could be some fucking
Yeah, some form of like crossover. Or,
yeah.
You know, maybe we'll see like you know how they do random cameos, like what was it, in the Rogue One movie, where the guys that the one criminal, the guy's arm cut off at Tatooine.
Yeah.
How they showed up in as a cameo appearance in Rogue One.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Him and his alien buddy.
Oh, I had to go back and watch Rogue One because it's been a minute since I've seen it. But yeah, that'd be cool though. But yeah, you have to figure like what happened to Obi-Wan during this time that made him not like literally give a fuck about anything.
Not even be in contact with rebellion.
Not even that. No, it's like, bro, Obi-Wan wouldn't like the Obi-Wan that we knew during the Republic. He wouldn't have just straight up cut somebody's arm off like after giving. No, this is like no fucks given Obi-Wan. This
actually is no. Let me take that. I mean, episode 2, he did cut what's the name arm off.
Yeah, but she
did have a gun. No, she had a gun. Well, same thing. That's. I don't think it's.
But true. Like Obi-Wan, literally, he's like he gives you one chance, and after that, that's it. He did the same shit to Maul. He was like, Maul, you don't want to do this. Then Maul just kept talking, and Obi-Wan just didn't say anything. Just lit the shit. Like, now you have to die, my nigga. Like, yo.
Yeah, he was just like that, and then he just switched stance, and that's all she wrote.
Because he killed Maul in the pettiest way possible. He tried to trick him in the same way that he killed Qui-Gon, and that was the setup from the jump. I'm like, yo, this nigga ain't shit. I'm like, bro, he knew that shit was coming. He was like, got your dumb ass. But we're getting off track. All right, so I'd be interested to know like what is happening during this time, because I mean it's not a full blown rebellion. There's more like rebel cells just going about in the ether. It's just like in the ether and shit. So yeah, you know what would be cool if we saw people from the Mantis. From Fallen Order. I mean, because they are all because
I mean, that's what the thing that I feel like hasn't really happened just yet is the true tie-ins between the games and the movies and the rest of the verse. Like
it's never happened.
It's still like
it's virtually never happened. It happens like in little trickles and bits and shit, but never in a really significant way. Like Revan, I'll say Revan is canon now, but so. Yeah.
The closest I would say is in Battlefront 2, the storyline in there, because they I mean all that the whole storyline in there is canon. Yeah, and so that's pretty much the only part,
including the loot boxes. Including the loot boxes, those are canon too. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, just from the people who I recognize on this casting list. It's a pretty interesting list of people.
Yeah, and they can really go anywhere with this storyline at this point. Which I mean, if they're setting it 10 years after episode 3, that means they had 9 years to play with.
Yeah, and again, the downside to this, in my opinion, is the fact that we're still stuck around in this era, and I kind of want to move away from it.
It's like. Everyone's getting a little fatigued from the GCW, and honestly, like.
And look what happened. They gave us 20 fucking shows that happened around the same fucking time. Like, you assholes. Y'all could have did something really fucking different, but y'all chose not to on some bullshit. But yeah.
I mean, also one thing that I'm seeing that they're slowly starting to somewhat tie in more and more legend stuff back in. I do hope that maybe one day to just do an announcement and they just bring in a Yuzon Vong storyline, because I feel like that
doubtful. that basically that was a fucking Avengers level event. I doubt that.
Well, because like I mean, who else could do that except for Disney?
Them
because
niggas,
like
them
you think about
niggas, they literally fought an army of Thanos's, nigga. No, I'm good. I'm good. They ain't gonna do that shit.
But Disney loves to take, the good guys and help them work with the bad guys, and the bad guys turn into good guys, and all band together for the greater good.
I don't
That's
think. No, I would rather see a legacy. A legacy thing, like bring back Cade Skywalker if that's where we at, bro. Bring back that motherfucker, because you know what, that would we getting really off
the Hancock of Star Wars.
we're getting really off into the weeds in this shit, because we can be here all fucking day, but it's basically Obi-Wan Kenobi. If you what do you think is going to be the central theme? That just a guess.
It'll be showing the further devolution of the bond between master and apprentice, of brother and brother, of Obi-Wan and Vader, because I'm sure it's going to be probably a couple times, if depending on how long they intend on running the show. If it's going to be like a mini series, like like Falcon Winter Soldier length, or if it's going to be more like Mandalorian style of 10 episode like awesome show. But I think at least once, maybe twice, we'll see Obi-Wan and Vader duke it out, because but also they may do something to kind of bridge together and show them the aging, and show how like it goes from the crazy fight we see in episode 3 to how like even
that was a lit ass fight, bro. That was a lit ass fight.
Oh man, that I love that duel, because they show a few different styles in that fight too, and they were just going at it.
It just makes me hate the sequel trilogies all that much more.
We don't speak of the sequel trilogies.
No, we don't.
It is that's a dark hole.
Yeah. Okay. So all right. So all right. We're gonna end that right there. Before I have another power surge. I think they should have called this High Ground and Obi-Wan story. That would have been funny. But that's just my opinion. All right. So let me know in the comment. Let us know in the comment section down below, what are your thoughts about Obi-Wan Kenobi, the casting, what you think the series is going to do, all so on and so forth. So that's it. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and Echo 4 signing off. We'll get at you later. Deuces.